We continue with our next presentation from Nina Merges from Belarus. Not from the capital city, from a smaller city. The capital in Belarus is Minsk, and Nina comes from Pinsk.
Maybe Pinsk is not the capital of Belarus, but it's the capital of Polessia.
Yes, what is Polessia, Nina? Not everybody knows about it.
Polessia, it's a famous region in our republic. It's a region.
In what part of country is it?
It's a southern part of Belarus. Okay, I would like to start, yes?
Yes, please.
Maybe my presentation is called Teaching Differently, What I Learned from English Day Camps, yes? And maybe I would like to start with a kind of dreaming. Think about a standard Wednesday morning in your classroom. You have your lessons plan ready. The grammar point is on the board and you are asking a question. It seems to me that maybe it's a bit boring. And now compare it to a Wednesday morning at an English Day camp. You are in the park or in gymnasium or somewhere else, maybe enjoying the nature. You are sweating and there are about 20, 25 kids around you. They all are shouting, laughing, and they building spaceship out of cardboard boxes in English. Maybe it seems to me that this picture is much more inspiring, yes? Maybe here I should say that for years I stood in front of the board and maybe I thoroughly was planning my lessons. I saw that maybe I was a good teacher, yes? But my experience with English by camp program, it maybe completely changed my perception of what effective teaching looks like. And today I want to share with you 3 specific lessons which I learned from maybe a beautiful world of day camps that maybe have changed the way I teach in my regular classes nowadays, yes? So let us start. The first lesson which I have learned from the English by camp, that is energy, is the curriculum. In a day camp, maybe it's not a secret that you cannot hide. If you walk around your classroom with low energy, the kids will drain you completely in the first 10 minutes. But here is the revelation I had. Language is physical. At camp, you don't need maybe just to practice verbs. You act them out, yes? We don't just talk about emotions. We show them maybe playing different games such as crocodiles or charades. We hold a trash kit ball where students have to answer a question. I'm sorry. Before they have to share the question before they can crumble up paper and shoot it into a bin. And what did this teach me? This all maybe taught me that energy, that is a curriculum. And when we raise our physical energy, we lower the affective filters. It means that the students are too busy. They are laughing, they are trying to score a basket and maybe due to this all, they are not afraid to make grammar mistakes while speaking. In my classroom, maybe now we have got quite different rules, maybe in comparison, maybe that was a way of my teaching. Sit still, listen to me, students, and nowadays maybe everything has changed, yeah? In my classroom nowadays, we do gallery walks where the walls are covered with different posters, beautiful pictures with English words. We do four corners debates. We play different games. It doesn't matter whether we are working on grammar or maybe listening or speaking activities. And I realized that movement facilitates the memory of the students. And we remember how we felt when we learned a word. Camp taught me that my job isn't just maybe to transfer the knowledge and the information, but it is maybe mainly to create the atmosphere where the brain of my students is ready to receive this information and this knowledge. The second lesson, maybe which I have learned, that is context over correction. What it means? During my first days as a counselor, I was walking around and correcting everybody. Maybe when I heard my students, maybe I realized that maybe they were making some kind of mistakes. And as just a simple teacher, I used to correct them. And maybe one of my colleagues, yeah, she was helping me with a group. Maybe she gave me a kind of example. A student said, we have maybe 3 windows, and my colleague, she didn't say maybe that is wrong and you are to say it in a different way, but she just pointed to the model and she asked, oh, does he have 3 or 4 windows? And the students looked and they corrected themselves and they kept going. And maybe it was a kind of a good example for me, okay, how to correct my students. Okay, in a camp setting, learning is task-based, and the goal isn't to speak perfect English, but the goal is maybe what? Is to communicate, maybe to solve some problems, to win the games, and so on and so forth. And maybe grammar here is just the tool that you use to get maybe there. When grammar is taught in isolation, it's a kind of a chore and it's very boring for students. But when it's required to complete a mission, it is essential. And so in this way, I introduced more project-based learning into my regular curriculum. And instead of maybe, for example, of worksheet on comparatives, I gave them a kind of a different task. For example, design a new animal and compare it to a real animal. And the students, they were engaged in the design, and it was a kind of a gain for them. And the motivation, it became more maybe more effective, yes? And we focus here on meaning, and the structure follows naturally. So, and my final lesson, that is lesson number 3, I would call it the pause and the unlikely hero. What it means? Maybe if to speak about kids that become the campers in our camp programs, maybe we usually meet different kinds of students, yes? Some of them quiet ones. And in the traditional classes, yes, the quiet ones, students, sometimes they can hide and maybe they behave maybe passively, yes? And in a camp, because the activities are quite dynamic, these may be quiet children, they are forced into roles of leaderships or responsibility. One of my kids, a 12-year-old girl, she was extremely shy, and she wouldn't speak maybe quite for a lot of time, but she was brilliant at creating, maybe at making different kind of things. And in our survivor week, we had a kind of a challenge, yes, and maybe she participated a lot in it and maybe showed her in her best way. What I learned is that we must create opportunities for leadership, not just maybe participation. And we often try to get participation by calling on students when to speak about our school lessons. But in comparison with the camp, it taught me that kids speak when they have got something to tell, just when they have an answer. And I learned to embrace, wait a little bit, wait a time, and maybe make a kind of the strategic pause. I stopped jumping in to save the struggling speaker, and I started letting the class help. So maybe to summarize, maybe I would like, I have come to a kind of a conclusion. The first one, that is energy, is the part of a curriculum. And let your campers move and create. Rule number 2, focus on meaning. Give them a reason to speak beyond just passing a test. Lesson number 3, let your campers lead. Sometimes the best way to get students to talk is to give them a job or a kind of a task. And maybe my challenge to you is maybe that don't just teach the textbook, but you should build the cardboard spaceship. Get the tape and maybe take the glue and let them be loud. Maybe let them be wrong and let them make some mistakes. And maybe let's teach them the way they learn, through play, through game, through struggle, and through success. Okay.
Can we play games in English? Yes, we can. Can we laugh in English? Yes, we can. Can we think in English? Can we dream in English? Yes, we can. Can we sing in English? Yes, we can. Do everything in English? Yes, we can. Can we have fun in English? In the sun in English? Yes, we can.